So I get the joy of introducing our next speaker before lunch, Alejandra Amida, who is the Research and Innovation Development Officer at the National Science, Engineering and Research Council, NSERC, as all of us in the academic world know it. So she specializes in developing research partnerships between universities and industry. And what that often is, she makes it more interesting to develop these partnerships by showing you sources of funding where the pain can be less. And so that's a big part of that role in that job. Well, there she is, right there. And she comes to this honestly through, she has a PhD in microbiology and worked on like microorganisms that eat biodegradable plastics, which again would be another part of our low carbon infrastructure that we need to create. There you go.
Thank you. Well, thanks so much. That was a really nice introduction. So thank you. Hopefully we'll make things easier for you. So I'll try to be quick. I know a lot of you must be very hungry at this point. But yeah, I wanted just to give you a little bit of a sense of what we do at NSERC and some of the programs we have available. So let's see how, yeah. So brief introduction, we are one of the free granting agencies of the government. We fund research done in the natural sciences and engineering. Most of NSERC is in Ottawa, but we do have small regional offices scattered around, so we try to be out there a little bit more and be able to provide some advice person to person. So I'm from the regional office located in Mississauga. And I'm going to be telling you briefly about 3 of the programs we have available. In particular, I work in research partnerships, so mainly partnerships between industry and academia. So the first program I wanted to touch on is the Connect Grants. Connect Grants are meant to encourage people to meet each other, so for people from companies to be able to meet with academics. And there's 2 different levels, 2 different flavors to the Connect Grant. The level 1 is meant for one professor to travel across the country to be able to meet with a company. And the second level is for events where people can get to meet each other for different type of workshops where there's going to be industry presence and academia. So to give you an example, this is an event that was partially funded by a Connect Level 2 grant. So say, for example, today you have the luck to meet a professor you want to work with or a company that is interested in collaborating with you. What we have is a first entry-level grant that is called Engage. That the idea of Engage is to fund projects where it's a first-time collaboration. So it's the first time a company is collaborating with a professor, and they want to test the waters, start with a short project to see how it goes, and then maybe this will evolve into a longer-term collaboration. So for that, we have funding available for 6-month R&D projects that are going to be aimed at solving a company-specific problem. It's a $25,000 grant that is going to be paid to the university, so to the professor, to work on the company-specific problem. Good news is that there's no cash required from the company, only in-kind. And it's rolling deadline. Applications are accepted anytime. It's not a competition. It's just seeing a little bit that it's a good match between the professor and the company and evaluating if the company will be able to take these results to a next level. Success rate is approximately 85% with a 6-week turnaround time. So briefly, a little bit about the eligibility from a company's perspective. The company should operate from a Canadian base, so multinationals are more than welcome to apply, but we need to see that they are performing some sort of R&D or manufacturing in Canada, that they're going to be able to fully exploit the research results. This will lead to some economic benefit to Canada. And for startups, we need companies to have minimum 2 full-time employees and been in operation for 2 years to be eligible to apply. At the end of the grant, we just ask participants to fill out a short survey of how did the project go. And I just wanted to highlight here that 98% of companies would recommend Engage to other companies. So it's really popular and very successful project. So moving forward, say you do an Engage, it goes really well, you want to take it the next level. We have the CRD grants, the Collaborative Research and Development grants. In this case, it's for longer-term partnerships. Duration can be up 1 to 5 years. There's no minimum you can request from NSERC, but a maximum of 1 million per year that you can request. The leverage in this case is 2-to-1, so there's a cash requirement from the company, but NSERC is going to put double that amount. So for every dollar the company puts, NSERC would put double that amount, so it's 2-to-1 leverage. And again, it's not a competition. You can apply anytime with a success rate of approximately 85%. In this case, you can mix and match. You can have more than one professor involved, more than one company, make it as big or as small as necessary for the project. So I wanted to show you just one glimpse of what a CRD, a typical CRD could look like. So if the industry partner puts 50K, NSERC will put double that, 100K. We would also ask for the industry to provide in-kind contributions that will be also matched. So in this simple example, it will be also 50K that will be put there. So the total project will be, the cash will be 160K in this case, considering other sources available as well. So some of you might have heard there have been, usually government agencies don't have a lot of changes, but that's not the case for this year at NSERC. There has been several changes that happened. So I just wanted to, it's a little bit early to talk a lot about these changes, but I wanted to give you some highlights in case you have heard something or other around there. So in the last federal budget, there has been a huge increase in funding for research funding. So there's a 20% increase that's going to go directly into discovery grants. So that's probably going to be reflected in the results from the next competition that are going to be out next year. There has been a lot of increase for colleges as well. And in the case for research partnerships, there hasn't been an increase in funding, but there has been a change a little bit in the way things are done now. So the mandate that has come from the ministry is that we have to merge the 6 partnership programs we have available now into one program. So the idea is try to simplify a little bit the process and make it a little bit more like easier for people to apply and just apply to one program. Into doing that, we're also going to be changing a little bit the eligibility requirements, changing a little bit the funding ratios. This is still fully going on now, so I don't have really like specifics so much to give you, but to give you a little bit of a sense, we're going to be opening up to not-for-profits, to governments, so there's going to be a little bit more of a broader impact in the new partnership program that's going to be available. We will still have offering more or less the same type of partnerships in the sense that companies and professors are going to be able to apply together. That's still going to be there. So if you're now thinking of applying to a CRD, there's going to be a space for that in the new program. Maybe it's slightly different, but there's still going to be a space for that there. So that's about it I can say about the new program. Happy to chat maybe offline, but we don't have any specifics yet. And I just wanted to give you the contact details in case you want to learn more about a specific program. So I'm one of the managers for Engage, the Engage program. That's my name, my email and phone number. For the Connect Grants, one of my colleagues, Sarah O'Neill, will be the right person to help you. And if you have a very specific question of CRDs, you can contact NSERC Ottawa, where they manage the CRD grants. So thank you. I don't know if there's time for any questions or.
I guess we can take a couple of them.
Yeah. Any.
Not more than 2.
Yeah. Any pressing questions before the lunch? Everyone too hungry? Okay. Anyways, I'll be around, so happy to chat later on. Thank you so much. Thank you, Almeida.